Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. We're in the third week of November. Thanksgiving is next week. I can't believe it. Time waits for no one, for nobody. It's very crazy. So since it is going to be Thanksgiving next week, I'm going to talk about both the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Christmas special because it just felt right. I was actually going to do them separately, but I wanted to do a different Christmas movie instead of the Charlie Brown TV special. So I was like, I'll just put them together. Um, and I feel like I should probably do another Thanksgiving movie next week. Because at first I was going to do a movie that I would have to rent, but I want to rent and review a few movies. So I was like, let me not do too much for my budget. But I know Tubi, it's free. They do have some Thanksgiving stuff. So at first I was going to do a Christmas movie next week. Maybe I'll hold off and I'll see what Tubi has, see if they have anything interesting. So let's get right into it. The Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special is an animated television special. The synopsis is Peppermint Patty invites everyone to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving, even though he's going to see his grandmother. Stippy decides to cook his own version of a Thanksgiving meal with help from his friends. And it originally aired on CBS on November 20th, 1973. It's directed by Bill Melendez and Phil Roman. I hope I said Bill's last name right. He also directed the Christmas special. It stars Todd Barbie as Charlie Brown. It has Peter Robbins as Charlie Brown's screaming voice, so they used his voice for that. Robin Cohn as Lucy Van Pelt. Stephen Scher as Linus Van Pelt. Hilary Momberger as Sally Brown. Christopher DeFaria as Patricia Peppermint Patty. I cannot say her last name. I guess it's Richard. Jimmy Irons as Marcy. Interesting. Robin Reed as Franklin. And then Bill Melendez also plays Snoopy and Woodstock. So, first I'm going to tell you where to stream it, and then I'm going to tell you my pros and cons. So I streamed it on Apple TV, which you can only get a week for free, which is like annoying to me. I feel like all these subscriptions, like these trials, are getting shorter and shorter, even though I don't remember what it was for Apple TV before. But I feel like Netflix used to be like at least a few months or a month, but I feel like it's probably shorter. But also, if you just want to watch it for free, there's this site called SchoolTube. You can just watch it there for free. So here are my pros. I like that they always teach a lesson in these Charlie Brown specials and cartoons, and it's like real wholesome. You know what I mean? And definitely teaches you, to know boundaries and to know that, just because you don't have nothing to do doesn't mean your friends don't have anything to do. So yeah, I like that it teaches lessons. I like the animation style. I feel like it's so cute, and I don't know. I like the 2D kind of. I might be a little biased on this, maybe because I grew up and like I saw mostly 2D animation. So when like there's all these like 3D animation things, I'm like, what is going on? Which one thing I want to do this holiday season is review all of the Grinch movies, and and then 3 different styles. So that's going to be interesting because they have a 2D, a live action, and a 3D. It's going to be interesting for me to compare them all. So there's a little sneak peek of what I got going on. Come on. Screen wanna close. I also like all the characters, like Charlie Brown is cool. He's just trying his best, honestly. Like, in both of these specials, he's trying his best, and people are imposing on him, and he is trying to make it. He is trying to do what he got to do, and not a lot of people are very supportive, especially when we get to this Christmas special. But yeah, I like all the characters, especially love Snoopy and Woodstock. Like Snoopy is just so funny. Um, I need to learn how to edit videos so I can put clips in because there's like a clip of him fighting a chair because he tried to put out the chairs for the Thanksgiving dinner, and him and the folding chair are like literally boxing because it doesn't want to stay open, and it's like really funny. But yeah, if you know any easy software, and also if you have any tips for avoiding copyright, like copyright claims, let me know. I need to look into it. That's what I've been meaning to look into because I feel like it will make my videos like upgrade them to actually have clips, not me just talking. But yeah, I'm gonna get there one day. I need to get there. Um, but yeah, it's just so funny. And then like them, the way they're making this dinner because Charlie Brown, you can't cook. He's like 6'9". I don't know how old Charlie Brown is. He's not a preteen yet, and like Peppermint Patty's just like, oh yeah, you're just gonna make a full Thanksgiving feast as a child. Like, we're gonna talk about her in the cons, but I was about to go in, but let's hold that off. But basically, like they can only make things that kids can make, which is toast. I think it was popcorn, jelly beans, and I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, they're children. What are you expecting? Um, and the music is just so classic. I love the music in the special. Now I have the theme song stuck in my head. But yeah, like when you think of Charlie Brown, you think of that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it has all that. Yes, last year I reviewed Thanksgiving music, and one of the instrumentals was from Charlie Brown or the same composer. I think so. Um, I want to say it was one of them, or at least by the same composer. Now I want to look. See if I can find my notes. I know I could just search, but I'm gonna just scroll down. No, I think this is too far. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Thanksgiving music. Yes, it was a Thanksgiving theme. I did review it last year. So there you go. So yeah, I liked it. Um, yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, it has some really good music. So those are my pros for this special. Let's get into the cons. One weird thing that all cartoons do, and it's not limited to old cartoons, because I was just thinking about it, and I feel like I don't know if newer cartoons like now do it, but I feel like in the '90s they also do this. Like when I was growing up, why do they call each other by their full names? Like instead of just calling him Charlie, they're like Charlie Brown this, Charlie Brown that. I I don't know why cartoons do this. It's like weird to me because I don't go around calling my friends like their full names out of nowhere. Like I don't be like Bob Smith. I just be like Bob. I be like, hey Bob. I don't be like, hey Bob Smith. Bob Smith, why you doing this? Bob Smith, why you doing that? Like I don't know. It's just like such a weird thing, but it happens in cartoons a lot. At least from what I've seen. It's just so random. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, now let's get into Peppermint Patty because I'm gonna go into her. How are you inviting you? She invited herself, Franklin, and who's the other one? Marcy. So you inviting you and two other people, all three of y'all, and then you get mad because he can't cook an actual Thanksgiving dinner. You're all children, okay, who are very unsupervised, which I feel like every cartoon that's true, pretty much. But what do you expect him to make? Like, you thought he was gonna really whip up a entire turkey and stuffing and the yams and mac and cheese or whatever else she wanted? Like, that's just so weird to me. You're all children. What are you expecting? And yeah, and I will say she did apologize. So that was good. She did. Um, so, she overstepped her boundaries, but she did apologize, which I already made a video about this technically. which the people in the Christmas special did not do. So at least she did a little better than that. So I had kind of the same overall opinion about both, so I'm just going to share them together. So that's what I did. I just read the paragraphs together and I made my ratings all together. So now let's get into a Charlie Brown Christmas. It's a Christmas family comedy TV special. I don't know who, I guess people just edit, anybody can edit a Wikipedia page, but some people are very detailed and some people are not. And I'm like, why can't we just have some consistency? Because for the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, it just said television special, animated television special. And this one actually gives genres. So I'm like, Wikipedia, we need to have consistency throughout all of the posts, all of the postings. And even when I was reviewing the City Girls Raw, it wasn't that much information. And I mean, and it's been out for like a month. So I don't know if there's just not that much to put for it. But yeah, we need some kind of consistency. So the synopsis is, in this special, Charlie Brown finds himself depressed despite the onset of the cheerful holiday season. Lucy, I call her Susie, ain't nobody named Susie in there. Lucy suggests he direct a neighborhood Christmas play, but his best efforts are ignored and mocked by his peers when he chooses a real but phony Christmas tree as a centerpiece. But puny, Christmas tree as a centerpiece, which I've already talked about, going in on them a little bit about that. It was released December 9th, 1965, also directed by Bill Melendez. Peter Robbins is Charlie Brown, which he is, I think he was the original voice for Charlie Brown. I watched a video about him like a while ago, and I just reread his Wikipedia page. He had kind of a sad life. That's, he did. And he ended up committing suicide, and like it's kind of interesting, like, for child stars or like, people, I guess it depends on like maybe the people around them, how they turn out, but that's really sad to me. So rest in peace to him. And it's probably like also a lot of pressure, especially if you're such an iconic character like Charlie Brown. Probably a pressure to be wholesome all the time and not have any scandals, and it feels like, he probably was under a lot of pressure. Christopher Shea as Linus Van, Tracy Stratford as Lucy Van Pelt. This is a different person from the last one. Kathy Steinberg as Sally Brown. Chris Dorn as Schroeder and Shermy. Who are these people? I don't even remember them. Jeffrey Olstein as Pigpen. Sally Dreyer as Violet. And Thierry as Frida. Bill Mendez as Snoopy. And Karen Middleton as Patty. One of these people are probably some of the no-name characters I talked about in my short video. So where can you stream it? So I streamed it on Apple TV again. So it's kind of weird. Of course, my neighbors decided to make noise right now. Apple TV must have like the license or something, because that's pretty much where they are. But if you know French, which I don't know any French, you could watch it on Dailymotion. So just FYI, if you're trying to learn French, you could potentially watch it for free there. I thought Dailymotion would just have like, the regular version, but nope, it's only in French, which is really random. But yeah, that's where you can watch it. Like I said, Apple TV gives a week subscription, which I feel like it's not enough, but I guess that's the point. They want you to renew it quickly, so. But yeah, that's why I watched it. So we're going to get into my pros and cons. Once again, teaches a lesson. I feel like Charlie Brown had a point when he talked about the commercialism of Christmas, and I feel like he didn't really get to like go in on that. But I really agree with that. Like, even though I do like presents, I'm not going to say I don't like presents, but, or I don't like giving presents, because I do like to buy and give and receive, but I do agree it has really been very commercialized. You know what I mean? But he didn't really get to like go into that for real. And Linus talked about how the meaning of Christmas was Jesus, which is like, yeah, of course, Christ must. Yeah. But yeah, it reminds me of that Robot Chicken episode where was it Lucy and Pepper and Patty like kiss, and then Charlie Brown's like strong Christian overtones, which it pretty much, yeah, it's very Christian. At least in this special. Thanksgiving, it wasn't too religious. But I don't think it was like too overbearing. So if you're not super religious, I feel like you could still watch it. Of course, I still like the animation style. I still feel like it's cool. Um, I'm a 2D girl. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like a 3D movie that I would like, but yeah, no, that's just my thing. I like the 2D. Um, I also, once again, like the characters, even though some of these people I do not remember. Um, but mostly Linus and I feel like Linus was like the nicest one to Charlie Brown. This whole like TV special, I feel like everybody else was pretty hard on him, but I feel like Linus was not, from what I can remember, because I watched him like days ago. Um, and once again, the music. I feel like the music is not as popping as the Thanksgiving one, but I mean it's good. And there's this really funny part where like Linus, is it Linus? I think it's Linus, is playing the piano and he's playing Jingle Bells, but for some reason Lucy doesn't like the version that he's playing, so he has to keep simplifying it so that she can recognize it, which is so funny. Um, I'm gonna get to the cons now. I've already talked about the characters being hard on him, which is like crazy to me because I thought some of these characters were no name, and it's like this is your only episode you're in, and you acting up like leave my boy Charlie alone. Um, and then the play, it's just them dancing. They Charlie Brown gives them a script and stuff, but the play is just them dancing. It's not even a play for real. So you getting mad at this man for his directing skills, and you ain't even doing nothing for real. You're just dancing, and not even good dancing at that. You know what I mean? So that like bothered me. It's like you telling him he's not a good director, but you're not even really making a play. You're just dancing. It's like a musical without the music. You know what I mean? Without you singing. So that annoyed me. So for both of these specials, this is my overall opinion. I love how wholesome they are and straightforward. Sometimes I like watching cartoons because they are just something like mostly innocent to watch. Of course, there are adult themes, even in kids' cartoons, but there's that. Besides Charlie's friends being a jerk to him, it definitely shows that friends can make mistakes, but they can also apologize and change their behavior. Except for some reason, when it's Christmas, lol, they just decorate the puny tree and sing with you. Instead of like the Thanksgiving special where Patty actually did apologize. I think these are like American classic cartoons, and I enjoyed them both. I would give the Thanksgiving special 8 out of 10. And the Christmas special a 5 out of 10 because they didn't really resolve anything. And Charlie didn't seem to get over his holiday depression to me, um, in my opinion. Like, I don't really think he really, like, got over it. I just think they just moved past it, which isn't good. And if you have seasonal or holiday depression, I can understand. Because some people, they don't have families around the holidays, or they're not good with their families, they're estranged, or, just a variety of things. Or their parents have passed away, or they don't have, or somebody passed away, or maybe they're adopted or fostered, or there's a lot of reasons why you could have holiday depression. And I feel like people should be there for each other instead of ridiculing them. I'm like, like Charlie Brown's friends. Or if you have seasonal depression, because it's getting darker at like 4 p.m. and it's not like sunny and bright all the time. So it's like, I totally get it. So, but I would say you're feeling depressed, if you can, go to a therapist. But if you can't, try to talk to your friends. Hopefully they'll be more supportive. And, just do what you gotta do. I know some people vent online, and that's just what they do. So, whatever you have to do. But just don't think that anything's wrong with you. It's just sometimes it happens. All right, so I wrote an acrostic poem for this. It's called Charlie. I didn't really know what else I wanted to do, and I was feeling a little lazy. So here it goes. Charming to a fault and hard on yourself, along with everyone around you. Remembering it's okay to look within yourself to find if you truly have everything you need right within you. So yeah, so basically, Charlie Brown kind of figured out like, you have to make the season um, whatever you want to make it. You know what I mean? Even though there's commercialism, even though there's overconsumption, what is really important, which is your family, your friends, Jesus, you know? So, yeah. Have you guys watched the Charlie Brown specials? I think a lot of people watched them because they were trending on Apple TV when I watched them. Do you like the special? Do you not like the specials? Are you not into Charlie Brown? Is it too old school for you? What are your thoughts? Let me know if you want in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. You can share the video. That will be great. And one of these days, I'm going to learn how to edit clips into my videos. And yeah, I'll see you all next week.